Welcome to my little victory garden where I'm trying to grow food for my multi-generational household of 5 in my backyard garden in North Texas. So good morning. We haven't had rain in a couple of weeks. The first half of June it rained like crazy, but not so much now. Yesterday I found a whole bunch of squash bugs. So I thought I'd get out here early, kind of give a look around, maybe see if I can get a few things harvested before work. But I kind of panicked when I saw the huge quantity of squash bugs literally covering my patty pan squash. Ooh, look at that. So we're going to go see if it has survived. Well, look at that. It's not dead yet. I really think these are near the end of their life. But I've actually got more squash on for them than I had expected. So I'm okay with it. If they decide to die, I'm okay with it. I did, like I said, threw a whole bunch of diatomaceous earth out here yesterday. Because the squash bugs just freak me out. And if they take out the squash, I'm okay. If they take out my cucumbers and melons, I will be so sad. Those are the ones I've been really looking forward to. And I had that one watermelon fall off and it wasn't ripe yet. So I'm hoping the others will make it. Yeah. Also, I got a surprise. Well, I hit my 150 pounds before the end of June. So I ordered myself something new for the garden to kind of celebrate being on path to meet my goal. I don't know how long it's going to come in. Okay, it also was like in a huge sale. And it was in a color. They had started offering a color I really like. I've got some baby squash in there. I can't wait to share that. I'm already starting to plan what I'm going to do with it. Alright, so the squash has survived another day. I need to go finish my harvest for this morning. And speaking of garden pests, I seem to be having a lot of pests right now. My asparagus beans are starting to come in, and they are covered in aphids. I know those are just disgusting. And this is so far away from my faucet that I can't really spray them off. I need a longer water hose so that I have a chance of spraying these things off. Ugh, they're gross. But I have started harvesting some of these beans. Look at that. Isn't that not cool? And ants just everywhere because aphids. But my corn is also shedding some pollen, but they're not necessarily having corn underneath. Some of them do. And so I'm hoping I'll have a few things of corn, but I think I overfilled this bed between the sweet potatoes, the beans, and the corn. So I'll have to be a little more plan a little better next year and if I'm going to have corn. So these are those honey chicken yellows or golden. Yeah, these are the free seeds. Those things are supposed to turn yellow for it to be ripe, and they are starting to lighten, which is nice. And look at that bright red paprika. I'm going to harvest that. I probably should have earlier, just to give that plant a chance to grow. But yeah, and I've harvested several Chinese eggplants, despite those leaves looking really sad. It looks like I'll harvest some more tomorrow. But I'm gonna get that pepper. So this is my morning harvest. As you can see, it's not a whole lot at any one time, but when you're doing this a couple of times a day and over time, this kind of adds up. So with my morning harvest this today, I had exceeded by 150 pounds, just barely. But that my morning harvests are typically what needs to be harvested, not what do I want to harvest for dinner. I am thinking today we're going to have a pesto pasta with some roasted vegetables and chicken. I'm thinking maybe some leeks would be nice with that, or a leek. So I'm going to harvest my first leek. I think this is the biggest one here. Let's see. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that thing. I'm going to have a leek. So yes, that did well. And then I need to still harvest the basil for the pesto. That will be dinner. And here's my very first leek I've harvested from the garden this year. And of course, a half pound of basil. This is now up to 152 pounds year to date. I am so excited. It's not even the end of June yet. So on this day 1 year ago, I harvested my first figs for the season, but I'm not seeing any that look like they are ready. I'll give it a good water tonight and see what I can get off this thing. And there are tons and tons of green figs. And you can see where I cut off a start there. One of the ones that air layered. Probably not the right word I'm using. But you can also see, I think in here, if I can find the spot, there. See that one dead branch? That's part of what was there before that big freeze a few years ago. So all of these are like less than 4 years old. I've been cutting off some of those dead branches every year. That one's thick and I couldn't get it. But yeah, no figs just yet. But it is hot here today and it is wonderfully cool inside this fig tree. I mean, this is more than just like shade. There is something magic about this thing. But yeah, we've got so many green figs. I'm really, really hopeful. And if you can see, we have them like smack dab here in the center of the tree. And look, this is all this year. This long thing that is 6 feet tall, that's all new growth. I'm gonna have to see about air layering that and moving it somewhere. Look. This one's showing a little softness. It might be ready later today or tomorrow. It's starting to turn yellow. So this variety, they'll turn a yellow and then start to get a little hint of a purple on the ends when it's time to harvest them. If I wait longer than that, the birds eat them. So maybe I'll have figs tomorrow morning. I'll check again this evening though, because once they start ripening, I do have to check 2 or 3 times a day to keep them away from the birds. But of course, I don't know how I'm gonna harvest those way up there. Yeah, this is as high up as I can reach. It gives you an idea of how tall that is. I'm gonna have to cut that off again this fall. You can see where it kind of dips here where I cut off 4 feet last year. I think I'm gonna have to do the same here and on that other side over there. I love this tree so much. This is one of the first things I planted when we moved in here. And it's died back a few times, but she's still going strong. This is that pomegranate I planted the same year. It was just starting to really bear fruit when we had that freeze a few years back. And it died. It has come back. It's not bloomed, so we tried to cut it down last year in hopes of replacing it with something else. So this is all new growth this year. Really hoping it blooms because it puts on the prettiest red flowers. Isn't that pretty? That is a flower on our southern sweet cherry we got at Costco. It's currently in the shade, hoping it will adjust to the pot. We have those bricks in there to kind of keep it from leaning over, as well as having it up against the house. I've seen a couple of other flowers on it, but I don't really expect it to do anything this year. I'm going to have to bring it in or do something to protect it over the winter because this really isn't good for this zone. I think if I was in like a 9A, it would be better. But yay. And thank you for watching. If you're enjoying seeing how my garden is growing, the good and the bad, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. And thank you.